And maybe, just maybe, they might add to that dynasty with this playoff run tonight. Puck drop mere moments away for Game 1 between the Dallas Stars and Edmonton Oilers for the Western Conference Final. Now, joining me now, he wore number 1 in his career, goaltender Joaquin Gage. Now, first of all, I got to ask, during your playing career, were you ever jealous you never got to play in this arena and this atmosphere?
This arena, yes. The atmosphere in the old building was still pretty good. Didn't get to be on the ice, but was on the bench against the Dallas Stars back in 2001. So I'm familiar with let's say, the anticipation and excitement of this crowd.
Well, this history and this rivalry, I don't know if I call it a rivalry, but the constant playoff series in the 90s, 2000s, and they faced off against, the two teams faced off against last year. What do you think about that history, even though one's in Alberta, one's in Texas, a 5-hour flight away?
No, it's different. Obviously, the players, the names have changed, but there is some recent history with this rivalry. Just last year, both teams getting to the conference finals, and the teams are a little bit different, right? There's Oilers come in a lot healthier than they were last year. There are some different names on the Dallas Stars team. Mostly Mikko Rantanen, that's having a great playoff, so the Oilers are going to have to do something with him, but I'm looking forward to a good, probably 6 or 7 game series.
Well, I'll ask you about Rantanen in a moment, but first, I got to talk about your profession, goaltending. Obviously been a big story for the Oilers, with Stuart Skinner, Calvin Pickard, going back and forth sometimes, but I think Stuart Skinner starting tonight, he's been very solid, 2 straight shutouts. Take me through the mind of someone like Stuart Skinner going through a big game in a big series like the playoffs.
I think he mentioned it. It was tough, right? You become the number 1 guy, you lose your spot, and to come back, you could see a little bit of jitters in that first game, but really sorted himself out. You mentioned 6, I think it's almost 7 periods of shutout hockey that he's provided for the Edmonton Oilers now. Both goalies are really good. It's kind of an X factor this series, I think, where one's going to have to outduel the other. Stuart Skinner won last year. Hopefully he can repeat the performance.
Well, the old saying goes, defense wins championships, but goaltending certainly helps as well. And you mentioned this earlier, the two teams very different compared to a year ago. But the biggest X factor is Mikko Rantanen with the Dallas Stars. What do the Oilers need to do to shut him down?
It's repetitive. He's a great player. He's considered to be amongst the best in the league. Every time he touches the puck, you're going to have to get touches on him. Make him do things that he doesn't want to do. He's a big, strong, physical player. Make him have to use that over and over and over again. Hopefully you get him in the mindset that you saw in last series with some of the stars of the Vegas Golden Knights, where they were getting a little bit, let's say, unhinged with some of the physical play that the Oilers were providing.
And lastly, I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but do you have a prediction?
You know, I have to say, I said Oilers in 5. And I know that's quite bold, but just looking at the way they played, the way they finished off the nights, they've got a lot of momentum going into this. I think they're just playing a style that's very hard for the Dallas Stars to keep up to.
So you're thinking Oilers going to move on to the Stanley Cup Final again. Do you have a finals prediction?
It's a repeat of last year.
Repeat of last year. Well, Joaquin, thanks so much for joining me. Again, Oilers and Stars puck drop mere moments away. It's Game 1. The playoffs are here, and now it's starting to get serious. We'll have full highlights of the game tonight at City News at 11 and City News 24/7. Reporting from Rogers Place in Edmonton, James Dunn, City News.